Hi, this is Jeffrey Beagle, pianist, teaching at Brooklyn College at the Conservatory of Music. And over my lifetime, I have created various techniques on how to practice every day. Not always the same, but with little deviation in some of the tonalities and some of the chords that I use for stretching exercises. And since I was a student of Adele Marcus, I never actually watched her teaching them, but through her publications, I've learned some of those exercises that she taught her students, and they've helped me tremendously over the years. I was one to learn very quickly. I would play things and learn them maybe too quickly. And as a result, I created a sense of pianistic ability, but the pianistic ability never translated thoroughly into a solid, grounded technique and way of playing that was deep into the keys, which I did learn from myself quite a bit after Adele was teaching me how to play to the bottom of the keys in the music that I was learning. And I wanted to create something that would be good for everybody, and so that you could actually take this to your own piano and you can apply it based on the amount of time you have every day to study. And if you need the extra time to do it, you have it. If you're at an office or you're anywhere on an airplane, you could use a tabletop even to do some of these exercises once you know how to do them at the piano. For me, the piano was always an instrument of my native language. I was born not able to hear, maybe 85% deaf. I never put a percentage on it because we never did that at the time. It was in the early 1960s. And it was only through corrective surgery at age 3 that I was able to fully hear sound around me. So musical vibration was my first language. I could hear music through the floors, through speaker boxes, and I could hear some, but not very clearly. So I was not one to speak very quickly. So music was my first language, and then English was my second language. So what I would like to bring to you is a series of exercises that lead toward the pieces that you are playing, leaning toward double notes, scales, arpeggios, so that you could feel to the bottom of the keys what you are playing, as though you are playing into the piano beyond the keys. In the progression of building a solid physical pianistic ability, which we call technique, although technique is a word that to me means your style or your way of using the mechanics of playing the piano into the music. So the technique is how you stylize the mechanics and make music. The steps that I use to get to that point is a daily routine, and I can't imagine life not doing these at this stage of my life now. As a diminished 7th stretching chord in both hands. You could do them hands apart or together. Then there's an exercise stretching the 4th and 5th fingers only, which is rudimentary toward the development of the double note technique, making the weakest part of your hand the stronger part of your hand. Then I move to octaves, very simply, without overdoing them. Then a few Hanon exercises, and I'll demonstrate how many to do per day. And then scales and arpeggios, and then the double notes. And hopefully you will be able to start these slowly. Don't expect results immediately, but over time you will find that you're actually playing more into the keys and playing piano and playing your pieces much better.